Oh god, we're eating so much food. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna survive this. Hey, welcome back. Oh, Jesus, that was a voice crack and a half. Welcome back to more Unicorn Overlord. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we finished off the last of what we have in Bastorius. And this time, we're gonna be going on the long route of doing all of these rapport conversations. Good lord, do we have a lot. So, yeah, we'll just start off in Bastorius and kind of just loop around, figure out what we all have. Of course, we're not going to be able to get literally everything taken care of. There will be whatever is in Albion we're not going to quite be able to finish off doing yet. But we can at least, you know, take care of like everything else. So, first things first is just, well, finding exactly where we have points of rapport, and then just going to those. First one we have is down here, Unicorn and Ramona. You should have seen him, Ramona. I've never heard Merard so excited before. As much as I love your stories, Unicorn, I really must begin preparing for dinner. Right, I almost forgot. There's just so much I want to tell you about. I know, why don't I help you get ready? Yeah. Why don't help you get ready for dinner, and I can keep talking to you while we work? That's a wonderful idea. Even as a child, you sought me out every evening to speak of the adventures you had gotten into that day. Whenever you've been unable to do so, I've missed it rather dearly. Really? Really? But don't forget we're supposed to be preparing dinner here, not just reminiscing on the past. Got it, Mom. Oops. Oh, Unifi. Sorry, that kind of just slipped out. Why are you apologizing? Because you're not really my mom. I hadn't realized that was how you felt. It's true that I'm not your mother by blood, yes. But just the woman who raised you as her own daughter, and those words hurt me more than you could ever know. And that's not how I meant it, Ramona! I know it's not. But in all honesty, it made me so happy to hear you call me your mother. Even if it just slipped out by mistake. I believe I owe you an apology, Unifi. I should have thought about how you felt instead of only focusing on myself. No, you didn't do anything wrong. I really do think of you as my mom, Ramona, and I'm glad to know you feel the same. I couldn't think any different if I wanted to. So you're welcome to call me whatever you wish, my daughter. Thanks, Mom. We're gonna be getting so many honors for our bajillion rapport conversations. Pass through. It's a weirdly long time before you can get to Black Market, as in like the entire region before you can get to Black Market. I mean, not like it's early in other regions, but like it's not slow either. So it's kind of weird that it takes this long to get to them. So still, I mean, that would be, you know, another Carnelian pendant, another Lapis pendant. Sadly, I don't think we get Sapphire quite yet. Those are, Sapphire and Ruby are very difficult to get. They are quite scarce. Elaine and Hodrick. Weird to have them here. The night air is bitter indeed, your highness. Please, return with me to the warmth of the town. Hodrick, what is it, my liege? I know I shouldn't speak of such things, but at times I find myself stricken with worry. I fear of what horrors might transpire should I ultimately fail in my campaign against Galerius. In that case, allow me to share with you a tale of my own failure. Long ago, a few fellow soldiers and I shared in a drinking contest, determining which of us could best hold our liquor. But no matter how many flagons of mead crossed our table, none of us three could yield even an inch. Who won in the end? None of us. One fell down the stairs of the tavern, his face pouring forth a river of blood. But found the sight so utterly amusing, he wet his trousers amidst unbridled laughter. There lost command of his faculties entirely and awoke in the morning naked in a nearby lay. It was deemed a draw, as you might expect. A terrible evening. It was, yet not as terrible as the scolding from Sir Joseph, which awaited us the next day. Forgive me, I don't mean to make light of your suffering, yet I fear I can't help myself. Ah, I wish to have been a modest muff on that tavern wall. It was fortunately all before you were born, of course. To be honest, it's difficult to even imagine a time when you stood unruly youth like any other. Not like any other, your highness. I must admit I was the worst of them all. Thank you, Hodrick, for choosing to share the story with me. It is an honor you would merely see fit to listen. I may not be able to lift the burdens from your shoulders, but stand ever at your side when they grow too heavy to bear alone. I have no doubt you shall. Though I can't help but wonder, Who the 3 men were you, Hodrick? I would very much prefer to leave that to your imagination. Now that I think about it, I never have heard how you acquired that scar on your face. No, shall you? Let us head to bed, Your Highness. Very mundane reason for the scar, but still seems, well, I mean, that line pretty much confirms it, but yeah. Scar wasn't just random detail of character. I mean, it doesn't really need to be anything more, but still did. I do kind of wish that the main map could, the major map could show off the different, show off where rapport conversations were, but, well. I don't think I have enough, but, yeah. I don't know how many we have, but less than 30, evidently. And once we get that, we'll be fine. I mean, this is also an opportunity. I don't know why the camera went over there. This is also an opportunity to pick up anything that we've missed. Cornash. I haven't really used them as much as I probably should, but not necessarily a bad thing to not have to use your Cornash. You can just go and grab more stuff. Unifi and Bertrand. Hey Bertrand, want to hear some new battle strategies I've been working on? You've been doing this whole war thing for years now, so I thought maybe you'd have some good insight. I would be glad to. No one like me can never turn down the opportunity to instruct his younger generations. Thanks. At the start, I was thinking we could take advantage of how cold it gets here in Astorius. Maybe if we just threw some water on the enemy, they'd get frozen in place and wouldn't be able to move. Your natural habitat is weapon in itself is an excellent approach, yes. But if you're preventing the water from freezing before battle, it will prove far too difficult a task. You're right. There's no point in just carrying around buckets of ice. If you wish to freeze our enemies, it will be much more realistic to do so using a sorcerer's ice magic. Good point. How buckets way gets down that way too? Now it's my second idea. Let's say we're trying to figure out where an enemy's base is. Well, why don't we just slip a scrap of our clothes into their pocket and follow us all the way back? Another fascinating tactic. Isn't it? I got the idea from a book I was reading, though it was actually about how dogs tracking smells, not pastorals. It may still prove an effective method either way. We'll try to use it against an enemy with noses as keen as ours when we risk our own safety in return. I hadn't thought of that. The wolf flesh will be honest in no time. Well, that strategy stuff is impossible. Perhaps, but you mustn't discount yourself either. You have strong ideas, Unifi, albeit somewhat bizarre ones. More than anything, I think it's truly amazing just how much thought you've put into this. Thanks, Bertrand. I knew I made the right choice coming to you. Mind if we do this again once I think of more ideas? But of course. Be here anytime you need. I haven't fully gone through and picked up every single, A-rank support, but, well. Dinah and Unifi. Say, Dinah, everyone in the Liberation's pretty nice, huh? Where's this coming from? I guess they're not bad for outsiders. Ha! I knew you were warming up to them! You said that like I'm the colder than the damn snow. If anything, it feels like they just stay away and let me do my own thing. Not what I'd call friendly. Sure you're not just avoiding them? Nah, that's not it. If I had to guess, I'd bet they're all afraid of the scary bestial and her sharp claws. And they're right to be. If I get too close, it's released for me to accidentally cut someone. You know what that sounds like to me, Dinah? You don't want to hurt anyone, so you're subconsciously staying as far away from them as you can. Clever analysis, but I don't think so. Let me finish. Remember the time we were holding hands when I was still just a kid? I accidentally grazed one of your claws and started bleeding all over the place? Now, you say you only look after yourself, but I know you've kept them filed down ever since. Didn't think you would notice that. With a friend I could care about as much as you? How could I not? Even so, I won't hear another word of it, Dinah. I got news to spread. News? What news? Listen to this, everyone! Dinah just told me she's only been dissing because she cares about you! Unifi, wait! Get back here this instant! I like Unifi a lot. She's... I do very much like the plucky archetype. It's just nice. I was sounding calm all the way into Storis, alright. Calm. It's an ambush, my lady. You must escape. And abandon you to die? I'll do no such thing. I'll not be far behind you, I swear it. Now go while you still have time. beg you, don't waste your energy on me. I'm not leaving you here. You must. There's no knowing what numbers the enemy brings. Cease complaining at once. I'm staying with you, and that's final. Just as you stood by me when House May was on the verge of collapse. Now we're making back together, Colm, even if I have to carry you myself. Persistent little pests, aren't they? What incredible skill, my lady. Deflected their arrows as though they were child's playthings. You're awfully chipper for someone who's just been shot in the leg. Does it hurt? The true wound here is up to my pride. Plus you're in great danger yet. And there. That's the bleeding stopped. Come, we should be out of their sight if we can just make it over to that ridge. Very well. Well, I'm certainly grateful for the aid, my lady. Just never put yourself in such peril, especially not for the sake of a mere servant to your employ. Should a similar predicament ever arise again, there will only be one proper course of action. Forsake me, and see that you yourself live on. Come. What is it? You're hereby forbidden to die before my wedding day. That's an order. I understand, my lady. And no more talk of me abandoning you either. As you wish. I want to depart this world without first witnessing your happiest of moments. Glad to hear it. As for me, well, I'm simply honored to serve such a wonderful woman. Someone's got a wheel quash who doesn't want to admit it because that's a violation of his service or something like that. It's like idea of service or something. Something along those lines. Is everything alright, Kitra? Your entire body is taking on a striking red hue. Cold, perhaps, brought about by the harsh climates of Pistorius? Nah, that's not it. Just got back from checking out the local hot spring, that's all. Now, by the time I got there, I was so cold I had to jump straight and, to warm myself up. Must be the temperature change that's keeping me all red. Still feeling the pins and needles, too, but I... So you do have a cold. Where does it sneeze like that anywhere? Surely the fluctuations in relative body heat are blamed. Come on, I should see you to bed at once. I'm telling you, I'm fine. I just knocked over a bottle of pepper on my way here. Frolicking in hot springs, spilling containers of our precious foodstuffs. It seems to have caused quite the commotion of late. Oh yeah, I speak no further, Kitra. I can't apologize with the vigor. It's best not to apologize at all. I fully expect you to, as you've recovered from your ailments. We shall postpone this conversation until then. I already told you I'm not sick. Plucky girls, tsunderes. This is a lot of good personalities. Again, like, the characters here aren't the deepest, and I think that's fine. It's, you're not really looking for incredibly in-depth characters in this game. They have their personalities, they stick to it. I've kind of talked about this before, but it's very this game is quite reminiscent of, like, earlier Fire Emblems especially. You have a lot of characters, they're not the most in-depth out there, but they're enough. Oh, okay. Let me just continue this already. These husbands felt great, huh? Indeed they did. You're not convinced me to join you. I surely want to feel this. I'm rejuvenated. My skin thanks you for it as well. I tend to grow cold rather easily, as you know, and this proves a wonderful way to combat the ever-present chill of Pistorius. You have my gratitude, Kitra. I'm just glad you let me talk you into it. Oh, and maybe next time you can bring Fran the princess, too. That would be lovely, yes. Hey, Miriam? What seems to be the matter? I'm kind of starving after all that sitting around. You wanna grab a bite in town before we head back to camp? I would, Kitra. Yet I fear I've already made enough merriment for one day. But must you look at me with such displeasure? It seems I've no choice. Very well, let's be off at once. You're the best, Miriam. That was some stew we had, huh? It wasn't like any I've ever eaten, yes? It's about time we head back to camp, though. I must say, Kitra. What is it? I've had a wonderful day with you. I wonder if I can truly remember. It goes to show there are few things in life more important than proper relaxation with a good friend. That's what I've been trying to tell you, but I think you were always too strict to realize it. Perhaps so. On that note, you want to get some dessert for the walk back? It's the only way to really relax at the end of a long day, if you ask me. Are you suggesting that for my benefit or purely for your own? And obvious, huh? As plain as the midday sun, Kitra. Yeah, just a nice little conversation. They have enough depth that they don't That they don't feel like, you know, complete nothing burgers, but they're not really looking to be, like, super duper complex characters. You're not looking to have, you know, fully realized story arc with them. Some sky goddamn Bertrand. The one on my forehead, you mean? Heard it backwards Zenora first invaded our lands. Kinda hard to imagine how with a shield as massive as yours. I was a swordsman, an enemy soldier wielding the keenest of twin blades. There was a swordsman. He struck faster than a bear like me can hope to avoid. No matter how large or sturdy a shield you may hold, it may as well not exist if you can't even make use of it. I didn't realize. The monster cut down our brethren without so much as a moment's hesitation. I'm like to escape with my life. Or curse, you could say. Apologies for frightened you. That's not it. I'm just surprised a guy as tough as you would get beat like that. Anyway, where is he now? I want to get a good swing on myself. Fortunately, the man has long since passed. We ambushed him after the initial hostilities and overwhelmed him through sheer force of numbers. But as you well know, the tide of war had already turned against us. We had a revenge, yes, though could do nothing to stem Zenara's vile onslaught. He's already dead and gone. So that's my dream of avenging you. Enough, Gove. Won't let you throw your life away for something so trivial. I lost far too many friends to this war. Too many people I love. That's why I'm here. To make sure I never have to lose anyone else ever again. Well done. Just call me a friend. It's not wrong. Might have had our history and all, but things are different now. We're fighting for the same army. In the same blood. It's pretty good knowing I got a friend like you watching my back. And I'll try not to go run off too much. And you get these... You know, you get a bunch of characters, they're all interactive. They all have different dynamics, which is enough, I think. I don't get it, Govel. How's your fur always so nice and clean all the time? Do you do something specific to take care of it? Nah, not really. We haven't even had time to groom with all the fighting we've been doing. Huh. If it's already perfect now, just think about how much softer it'll get once we brush it. You gonna brush it for me? Oh, wait. Sorry. The lady's not supposed to get excited over that kind of stuff. So, don't go thinking I'm gonna roll over and show you my belly. I'm not gonna go rubbing my face on your brush like a damn house cat either. Still, I know you only offer it out the kindness of your heart. So if you seriously want to do it, I guess I wouldn't mind. At least for a bit. Oh, really? I can't wait. Just do it somewhere away from the camp, yeah? They could just die on the spot if someone saw us. Who's your good puppy? Gover's your good puppy that always wants to kill people. And is very good at killing people at that. We're out in Ramona. Ramona! Is there a problem, Morad? You seem rather more tense than usual. No, it's nothing. It doesn't appear to be nothing. The laces holding your arms together are frayed beyond belief. I suppose they are, yes. To be honest, I was hoping to find someone who might be able to mend them. I would do it myself, of course, but they're not much craft in hands like these. Let me take a look. Yes, just give me a moment and I'll have it handled. You? I can't possibly ask you to do given all the time you spend laboring through war councils. It's no trouble, I assure you. But how many times have I sewn clothes together for you in Unify over the years? You know there's nothing to worry about, Murad. Still, very well. Thank you, Ramona. I'm glad to do it. Now stay right here, and I'll be on our way back to its former glory in no time. Well done, Murad. I've restitched the laces just as you asked. I also noticed an alarming lack of decoration, so I added a touch of embroidery to the leather as well. A lion, of course, to match your ferocious image. You what? Thank you, Mathis. I appreciate the help, Ramona. Think nothing of it. As always, simply let me know if you need any further assistance. I had a feeling this would happen. Ramona's a wonderful seamstress. Can't deny that. She always has to add an extra something to all of her work. But although this lion is a little too cute for me, I'll be proud to wear it, just like everything else she's made. And we'll finish off this last rapport conversation right by the church. Actually, what are we at? 20... I'm gonna save up for the Trinity Reign, I think. It's not too much more to save up, but is a little bit. Unify and Mirard! It's funny, Mirard. You're doing just fine now, but I can still remember a time you were the clumsiest best in all of Astorius. As can I. Mine's fairly built like my own back then. Except a task like eating a meal or changing the clothes took far longer than they ever should have. It was always the utensils that gave you trouble, yeah. Get the Ramona around to help you figure them out. Oh, and what about the chairs? You always try to sit in one that was way too small for you, then fall straight out of it a few minutes later. You weren't so normal, yourself, you know. Most of the time as a child, it's about climbing trees and roaring at passers-by. I guess so, huh? I think it was better at being a bashful than you were. If only you had been good at coming home on time, too. You would Ramona half to death on more than one occasion. It must have been a real handful for her. I bet both of us were, actually. Me with my mischief and you with your clumsiness. And that gives me an idea, Unifi. You should find a moment to thank Ramona for everything she's done for us, whenever we have time to spare. Oh, I like the sound of that! Let's take her out for dinner, then! We're gonna get some presents, too. Yes, I'm sure she'll enjoy that very much. And, well, knowing what we know now from the last episode, I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense that, you know, Unifi is bad at being a human, and Merard bad at being a bestial, considering that they are not, though, initially. But, regardless, that does cross our 20-minute mark, and we still have, like, a bajillion more rapport conversations left to go. So next time, we'll continue with just that. We'll be saying that a lot in the coming many episodes, probably like, maybe like 3 or 4 episodes after this, who knows. But, regardless, that will do it for this time, and until then, see you guys later!